Okay, we're here at the Grand Hyatt, Tampa Bay, and I'm here with the twins.
Yes.
And I'm here with Kaylan Boss and Kat Stylez. How are you both doing today?
Doing good.
So you're going to be featured speakers at our conference the last weekend of August, Unlock Your Future. And you're going to do it together, right?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. And fraternal twins,
Yes.
age 23 now. But you guys are doing so many creative things now and so many projects. But I'm really curious, like where it started, and I want to ask you about like high school, like what interests you had that led to all this stuff you're doing now. So, what was your interest in high school, Kaylan?
Yeah, so back in like 10th, 11th grade, I was really into cinematography, story time, independent movies, and I really was in that creative sector of my life, and that's when I became a creative.
Got it. And that's where it started. You cinematography was like a strong piece. What about you, Kat?
I would definitely say 11th grade as well. That was a huge turning point with like cultivating our personal interests.
Yeah.
And I would say I always had a love for literature, music, and poetry.
Got it. But the first one to put something out in the world in a meaningful way, Kaylan, that was you, right? And it was the Visionary Boss blog.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so I was about to go into freshman year in college, and that entire senior year, I planned out different content in my blog. I thought about who I wanted to interview, and I really wanted to hone in on like Tampa's local community and sharing like lifestyle and wellness. So something I was really big on.
Right.
So that's when I dropped that right before college.
So you interviewed interesting people,
Yes.
published it, great. How about you, Kat? So like the very next year, you did something big.
Yes, so
Yeah.
always had a love for writing, so
Yeah.
decided to self-publish. I have my book,
Yeah.
Girl Who Hurt You.
Yeah.
It's a coming-of-age story told through poetry. It's about breaking generational curses, self-love, and healing. So I would definitely say at that point, we both intersected both our brands together. We're working with each other.
Wow. So you guys worked together on those two projects. You graduated high school, you got into college, and you were in college together, and you started doing bigger projects, right?
Yes.
So now you have this event production company. You're publishing more content. You have a social media following right here, humble beginnings in Tampa, Florida. And I know when you come to the conference in August, you're going to talk about your story a little bit more detail than we got here, right?
Yes.
But what I want to ask about is, okay, so what are you putting out into the world? Like, what are the philosophies that and the messaging that like you believe strongly about, and that not only do you put out in the world today, but what you're going to speak about in August? Yeah, so who wants to go first on that?
So I would say it's a very rewarding life to live in your truth. So always about being yourself, being authentic, letting that carry you through life and navigating through your career, your personal life, and all your personal relationships.
Definitely. And I think it starts here and here. You have to be passionate about something. And then I feel like, I call myself the visionary boss. It's about governing your mind, your psyche, and your mental health.
Yes.
And really having that full capacity, full control, and saying that you can do anything with your mind to,
Right.
honestly.
But you guys make it look easy, right? But we were talking earlier, there's all this work and discipline behind the scenes.
Yes.
Talk about that for a minute.
It's definitely a lot of self-development, doing mental check-ins, keeping
Yes.
it real with yourself, having different goals as far as, what you want to accomplish success-wise, but also how do you want to cultivate your spirit
Yeah.
and be rich in spirit.
Right. And so, when you're working, making it look easy,
Mhm.
right? What's kind of going on behind the scenes in terms of, what do you mean when you say discipline? Earlier we were talking about that.
A lot of time management. So
Yeah.
when we were doing all these things, we were in college, doing our majors, working part-time. So having that time management and having that clear picture, because there's so many days where it's like, this is so much happening. But you had to have that habitual vision of greatness. That's what I was-
Motivation with
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
self-motivation.
And that was my next question. What drives you? Like, what's driving you underneath? What would you say?
Well, basically, if I'm not going to do it, quit.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
kind of a perfect answer. If you don't do it, who's going to do it?
Exactly. And I have a vision for myself, and I'm the one who has a vision for it. So if I don't go out in the world doing it, no one's going to understand or have that same level of understanding. I have to start somewhere.
Right. What
Yeah.
about you, Kat?
I would say the same, but also I'm just a very creative spirit, so just the opportunity to share my writing and things that come from the heart and bring that into a bigger platform for others. I think it's really important to emphasize on like mental health and like self-care and self-development, and I feel like that's that passion within me I want to share with others.
Yeah. So I want to ask you like a bigger, broader question. So you were already doing really well in the Tampa Bay area, and you're kind of you're pushing some local celebrity status, I think. And so, do you guys have a bigger vision, maybe beyond this region? What are your biggest dreams? What are your biggest dreams?
The biggest dreams, growing the platform, the visionary boss. I want more people to connect with that and adapt with that culture, and just going to different schools, talking to students, talking to everybody. So I guess nationwide, international.
We want a global tour with the book and just promoting like the self-care, the discipline, and how to govern yourself. So definitely have it on like a global level.
Yeah.
Right. So, if you were speaking, which you will be speaking to a group of people soon, if you were speaking to a classroom or a group of young people, or even at our conference, what do you like to say to people to help them maybe believe that they can do what their destiny calls for them to do, and what their fullest potential is? What kind of things do you say to people to make them believe in themselves, or help them believe in themselves?
Leave perfection at the door. I feel like every day you just had to get up and try doing something, and if you're so worried about in that planning process, you can get really stuck there. You keep over planning, overthinking it. You have to actually put action out there, so just start somewhere.
Right. So leaving perfection at the door. And then what about you, Kat?
Don't limit yourself. I think a lot of times, with the whole being a perfectionist, you feel like there's certain things that you have to check off your list. I think it's really important that if it's coming from the heart and you really have a passion behind it, that you don't put those restrictions on yourself. You go ahead and give those gifts to the world.
Yeah.
Wow. So from the heart, people feel that, right? So it allows for a lot of imperfection, doesn't it?
Yes.
If you mean what you're saying, if your heart's in it, people look past imperfections, don't they? Right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's a pretty cool message. So that's the kind of thing you're going to talk about. I know this is just a quick preview, right? The last weekend of August 27th, 28th, and 29th in Tampa, Florida, at the Grand Hyatt, and we will have Kat and Kaylan both there, along with 9 other speakers, including yours truly. Any last messages we want to put out here for this little promo video?
I would say make every single day count, whether that's again self-development or actually putting actions out there. Make every single day count, and time is priceless, so use it wisely.
What about you, Kat?
Much agreed. I would say you have to start somewhere every day, and we're so excited to meet you guys, speak with you all, and share our message.
Great, and I think let's wrap up there and say that we will see everybody in August at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay, and for the Unlock Your Future conference. Bye for now.